Hello students, you are watching Vivid Botany, the channel which explains about the NEET bits of previous years. We have a question here about sugar cane. Yeah, sugar cane and the hormone that is hormones are given here is asking in fact that by what plant growth regulator will increase the sugarcane content per acerage. So he gave here four hormones cytokinin, gibberellin, ethylene, abscisic acid. The term hormone was coined by Starling. It is coined by Starling. Often I write it like this. This is star and this is ling. So this is how I write the starling. And coming to sugarcane, we have lot of stuff about the sugarcane. Its botanical name is Saccharum officinarum and it's a monocot. It is a C4 plant. We know that it is. So here it has got the root modifications, namely brace roots and stilt roots. These brace roots and stilt roots are they arise from base of the stem and they enter into the soil. They provide mechanical support to the plant because the plant is generally monocot. It is very long, elongated, slender, delicate. So stilt roots, brace roots provide mechanical support to the sugar cane. And sugar cane is affected by a disease called as red rot of sugarcane. Red rot of sugarcane is caused by a member that is Deuteromastus member Colitotrichum falcatum. Red rot of sugarcane caused by Colitotrichum falcatum. Colitotrichum falcatum is a member of Deuteromycetes, that is fungi imperfect, and it reproduces asexually by means of conidia. And so we have another note about the sugarcane, that is Saccharum. In fact, there are two varieties are there, Saccharum barberi and Saccharum officinarum. Saccharum barberi that grows in northern India, which produces less amount of sugar. Saccharum officinarum that grows in southern India, which produces more amount of sugar. So what we did that we have crossed both Saccharum barberi and Saccharum officinarum, and as a result we got produced a new variety that can grow both in southern as well as northern India and having producing more amount of sugar. So this is something about the Saccharum officinarum, the sugar cane. Now let's know that what in fact the physiological functions of the gibberellic acid. Right. So gibberellic acid, historically seeing, it is first excavated. I mean, it is discovered in Japan. Yeah, we should go to Japan. We should enter into paddy fields of Japan. So within paddy fields of Japan, I drew here very roughly that some of the paddy plants are growing very excessively, that are taller than the rest. So as they are growing taller than the rest, their yielding is very less, and the disease is called as Bacane, foolish seedling disease. Bacane and foolish seedling disease. So it was observed by a scientist called as Kurosawa, Kurosawa. Kurosawa. He was a Japanese scientist. He observed it for the first time. And what he did that, he obtained the sterile extracts of the infected plant, applied to a hygienic plant, and hygienic plant too got affected the same disease, that is foolish seedling or the Bacane disease. Yes. So the experiments were continued by two more scientists, namely Yabuta, Hayashi and Sumuki. I write it here. Yabuta, Hayashi and Sumuki. They are the scientists who are involved in the discovery of gibberellic acid. So gibberellic acids, basically it's an acid. It is extracted from the fungi Gibberella fusicori, that is Deuteromastus fungi. And later it is found that such fungi is present in majority of the plants, and major function of gibberellic acid is internodal elongation. It causes internodal elongation. That is the main function of gibberellic acid. So it is a growth promoting hormone, and its precursor is acetyl CoA. Precursor, oxon's precursor is tryptophan and zinc. Gibberellic acid precursor is acetyl CoA, connecting link in between glycolysis and Krebs cycle that I wrote here. Yes, and we know that cytokinin precursor is adenine. Like that, we have ethylene precursor is methionine, and abscisic acid precursor is isoprene. Isoprene is the monomer of rubber. So it is a sesquiterpenoid abscisic acid. Let's come to the gibberellic acid. I told you that it causes mainly internodal elongation. So all the functions of gibberellic acid will be similar to that of elongation of the aerial part of the plant, that is stem and internodes, right? And gibberellic acid is basically an acid like that. It is Ga1, Ga2, Ga3, like that. More than 100 gibberellic acids are discovered so far in plants. Among them, Ga3 is the most prominent one. Do remember, Ga3 is the most prominent one. And coming to the physiological functions of gibberellic acid, it increases size, shape of apples, that is apples become larger in size due to increasing of that, what you call that pedicel, that is stalk of the flower and then stalk of the fruit. It also improves the shape, increase size of the shape. It also causes delay in senescence. It is more important. What happens by increasing delay in senescence? Remember, senescence is called as aging. It is called as aging. So aging is here delayed. What happens by increasing the senescence, that delayed senescence, that when the aging is postponed, the fruits remain for long time on the plant. So the farmer can wait till he gets good price in the market. So that is delay in senescence, right? And next, spraying gibberellic acid. Okay, before that, here the malting process, it will hasten means it will speed up. I write here better to speed up because you will understand it very easily. It will speed up the malting process in barley. We know that by the fermentation of barley germinating grains, beer is obtained. So that here in barley, seed germination is speed up. It is made very rapid due to the promotion, inducing the formation of alpha amylase enzyme. Do remember alpha amylase enzyme. We know that amylases amylases is an enzyme that causes digestion of the starch. So alpha amylase also do the same. It causes digestion of the starch present in barley. So that by digestion of the barley, what happens? It gets energy very soon, and that energy is used for germinating of the barley. So as a result, total germination process will become very speed, due to which the malting process also takes place very speed, and this property is very useful in distilleries, breweries by using the gibberellic acid. It is one of the process that is used in industrially, and spraying the gibberellic acid on sugarcane will increase the sugar production. We know that in sugarcane, the stem is economic part of the sugarcane. We know that sugar is obtained from that stem. So when you apply the gibberellic acid over the sugarcane plant, naturally it causes internodal elongation, that is stem elongation takes place. So as a result, when stem elongation takes place, the sugar produced will be more, sugar stored will be more, so that it can obtain more amount of sugar from the sugarcane plant. So it is given a number, that is 20 tons per 1 acre. 20 tons per 1 acre sugarcane production can be enhanced by application of gibberellic acid over sugarcane plant. And gibberellic acid will speed up maturity period of seed production in conifers. Yeah, it will increase the maturity period. I mean, it will hasten means speed up the maturity period. As a result, seeds are formed very soon, very rapidly by application of gibberellic acid in conifers. Conifers mean the plant which grow conically. Excurrent plants are called conifers. Pinus is the best example for coniferous. Pinus, we know it is a gymnosperm. And when we recollect Pinus, so many points will come into mind, like that Pinus is a gymnosperm, its stem is branched unlike the cycas, and Pinus is monoecious unlike the cycas that is dioecious. And in Pinus the leaves are needle-like leaves are found, and sunken stomata are found. It is a feature of xerophytes where thick walled epidermis, sunken stomata restricted to lower epidermis are xerophytic adaptations. And Pinus, one more thing is that in Pinus, seeds do not germinate in the absence of mycorrhiza. That is, an obligate association of mycorrhiza is seen in Pinus seeds for germination of the seeds. So these are some points that we recollect of the Pinus. In that, Pinus seed production is made very rapidly due to application of the gibberellic acid. And gibberellic acid also promotes bolting. What is the bolting? It is growing the internodes, growing the stem before flowering. We know that every plant contains two phases, vegetative phase and reproductive phase. Generally, vegetative phase is followed by the reproductive phase. So here, during the vegetative phase, the plant remains very short, normal. But when the plant completes vegetative phase, before entering into reproductive phase, the plant will grow suddenly. Its aerial part like internodes, stem parts will grow very long, that is called as bolting. So bolting takes place during the transition of vegetative phase to reproductive phase. That is also promoted by again gibberellic acid. So remember, the transition of vegetative phase to reproductive phase is something promoted by the gibberellic acid. It also removes genetic dwarfism in beet and cabbage. So how do we understand that it removes genetic dwarfism in beet and cabbage? Do remember that gibberellic acid does not cause any change in genotype. Gibberellic acid does not cause any change in its genotype. So without changing genotype, it changes the phenotype. Without changing the genotype, do remember, without changing its genotype, it changes its phenotype. This is very special. That is, whatever changes that takes place in phenotype of the plant by application of gibberellins is not transmitted. Do remember, is not transmitted to next generation. Do remember, it is something like one person is going to gym and he built a lot of body, triceps, biceps, like so many muscles he developed. And when he gives birth to a child, do you think that child also contains the muscles? No, child does not contain muscles, because there it's not what you call inheritance. It is acquired, acquired character. It's not inherited character. So gibberellin is also called the same. They bring the change in phenotype but not in genotype. So this is called as removal of genetic dwarfism. That is, in beet and cabbage they make the plant very long. It is called as removal of genetic dwarfism. Removal of genetic dwarfism in case of beet and cabbage. Yes, that is there. And they cause parthenocarpy also along with auxins. What is parthenocarpy? We know very well that gibberellic acid causes formation of fruit without fertilization. Yeah, formation of fruit without fertilization is called parthenocarpy. It can be artificially induced by application of auxins and gibberellins. So that is also one of the function of gibberellic acid. So remember, the main function of gibberellic acid is increasing the shoot, that is elongation of the stem, improving the shape of apple as well as the grapes, and delaying senescence, and speeding up the germination process in barley, that is malting, by inducing formation of alpha amylase, and increasing sugar production per acre like 20 tons. It also increasing internal elongation, and It maturity period. It will speed up the maturity period seed production in conifers, promotes bolting, that is elongation of the stem before flowering, removal of genetic dwarfism in beet and cabbage, induce parthenocarpy, that is formation of fruit without fertilization. Yes, so they are the physiological functions of gibberellic acid. And one more thing I would like to tell you that gibberellic acid is majorly antagonistic to ABA, that is abscisic acid. Do you remember? Antagonistic means majorly abscisic acid is growth inhibiting hormone, gibberellic acid is growth promoting hormone, and abscisic acid causes senescence, seed dormancy, bud dormancy that are removed by delayed senescence is done by gibberellic acid. So it is antagonistic, that is called as, that is they have opposite effect, they have opposite effect on each other. So let us see the question here. Name the plant growth regulator which upon spraying on sugarcane crop increases the length of stem, thus increasing the yield of sugarcane crop. So no doubt it is gibberellin. This is gibberellin, that is second option. The question being very direct, one can incline upon the option without any difficulty. But even then, to give you the total comprehension about the sugarcane crop as well as the gibberellic acid, I have discussed total points, complete all the points about the gibberellic acid as well as sugarcane crop. I hope you have understood it very well, and it can be a brushing of your memory. It can be what do you call it, revising your, recapitulating your thoughts, your points about the gibberellic acid. So I hope you are preparing very well for this next coming NEET exam, and you will be doing very well. I wish you all the best. We will be encountering all the questions of this kind one by one, and do write anything that you want, extra question, any point, any concept that you want me to discuss. I am ready to discuss. Do write that and do drop a line of response in comment box. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, that is Vivid Botany. We will be discussing all the questions one after the other. Thank you.